They stood at the pinnacle of celestial glory until the day they dared to defy the very God they once served. Whether driven by pride, thirst for power, or yearning for freedom, they all shared one common name: the Fallen. These are the most powerful fallen angels in mythology. Once upon a time, in the celestial realms where angels danced among the stars, there was a figure of unparalleled beauty and grace named Belial. Before his fall from grace, Belial was a cherubim, a majestic being adorned with wings of purest light. He rode upon a chariot of fire, his voice as sweet as the melody of heaven itself. But alas, pride and ambition consumed Belial's heart, leading him down a path of rebellion against the Most High. Alongside Lucifer, the morning star, Belial joined a crusade against the tyranny of heaven, seeking to overthrow the divine order and claim dominion over creation. In the cosmic clash that followed, Belial proved to be a formidable foe, a first lieutenant in Lucifer's army, leading legions of angels in a desperate bid for power. Yet, despite his prowess, Belial and his comrades were cast down from the heavens, their wings stripped away, and their glory tarnished. As Belial fell from grace, his beauty turned to darkness, his voice twisted into whispers of deceit and temptation. He became the demon of lies and guilt, wielding his newfound powers to induce mortals into all manner of sins, especially lust. The name Belial itself carries weighty significance, for it means worthless or depraved. In Hebrew lore, Belial is associated with those who support or encourage the worship of false gods, those who commit vile acts of debauchery, and those who stir up rebellion and chaos among mortals. He embodies the darkest depths of depravity, a fallen angel whose lust for power led him to damnation. In the annals of Judeo-Christian mythology, Azazel emerges as a mysterious figure, shrouded in the veil of antiquity. His origins are obscured by the mists of time, yet his presence looms large in the tales of old. Some say he was once counted among the ranks of the heavenly host, a powerful angel whose name resonated with authority and might. But as the ancient scriptures tell, Azazel's story took a dark turn, leading him down a path of rebellion and exile. It is said that he, along with other angels, descended to the earthly realm during a time of great upheaval. There, they mingled with mortal women, giving rise to the Nephilim, offspring of fallen angels and humans. Driven by a thirst for knowledge, Azazel imparted forbidden secrets to humanity. He taught mortals the craft of fashioning weapons and tools, the secrets of mining and metalworking, and the art of adorning themselves with jewels and dyes. Yet, this knowledge came at a great cost. As mortals wielded their newfound power, they grew corrupt and arrogant, believing themselves invincible in the face of God's will. Bloodshed and lawlessness spread like wildfire across the earth, alarming even the archangels themselves. Azazel's name became synonymous with defiance and transgression, a symbol of rebellion against divine authority. Some even whisper that he was among the leaders of this celestial rebellion, a figure of immense power who dared to challenge the very foundations of creation. But Azazel's tale does not end there, for his name holds deeper significance than mere myth and legend. In ancient Hebrew tradition, Azazel is also associated with the scapegoat ritual described in the book of Leviticus. According to this ritual, a goat would be chosen by lot to bear the sins of the people, symbolically carrying them away into the wilderness. In this ritual, the high priest would lay his hands upon the head of the scapegoat, confessing the sins of the people and transferring them onto the animal. The goat would then be driven into the wilderness, symbolically carrying away the sins of the community and appeasing the wrath of the divine. In this way, Azazel became linked with the concept of atonement and redemption, serving as a vessel for the sins of humanity to be cast away into the wilderness, far from the sight of the divine. His name became synonymous with purification and absolution, a reminder of the eternal struggle between light and darkness, sin and redemption. Once upon a time, in the celestial realms of Judeo-Christian mythology, there existed a powerful angel named Samael. His name, in Hebrew, means venom of God or blindness of God, which already hints at the complexity of his character. Samael was not just any angel. He was believed to be one of the mightiest beings in the heavenly hierarchy. Some stories even depicted him as the chief angel of the fifth heaven, basking in the divine glory of the Creator. But as the tales go, Samael's story took a dark turn, leading him down a path of rebellion and fall from grace. According to some myths, Samael was among the angels who descended to earth during the Second Temple period. These angels, known as the Watchers, defied divine commandments by taking human form and mingling with mortal women. They sowed chaos and temptation, teaching forbidden knowledge to humanity and fathering offspring known as the Nephilim. In the Book of Enoch, Samael is depicted as one of these rebellious watchers, but he is not their leader. That title belongs to Samyaza, another fallen angel we'll encounter later. Samael's role in this cosmic drama was nonetheless significant. He became associated with temptation, seduction, and ultimately with death itself. In some interpretations, Samael is portrayed as the angel of death, a fearsome figure tasked with carrying out the divine judgment upon mortal souls. Despite his fall from grace, Samael retained a peculiar status among the celestial beings. While considered a fallen angel, he remained one of the servants of the Lord, albeit one with a dark and enigmatic mission. Legend has it that Samael resides in the seventh heaven, where he continues to fulfill his duties as an angelic servant. However, his influence extends far beyond the heavenly realms. Samael is said to lurk in the shadows, tempting mortals and claiming their souls when their time comes to pass from this world to the next. If you enjoy this type of content, consider subscribing. It's free and you can unsubscribe later. When the heavens and the earth were young, and the forces of light and darkness clashed in a celestial dance. Among the celestial beings of Judeo-Christian mythology, there exists a figure shrouded in mystery and intrigue, Mastema. In the sacred texts of the Book of Jubilees, Mastema emerges from the shadows as a figure both beguiling and fearsome. Some say he is a demon, others an angel, but regardless of his nature, his presence is felt keenly in the cosmic tapestry of creation. Legend has it that Mastema plays a pivotal role in the divine drama of humanity. In the Book of Jubilees, he appears as a petitioner before the throne of God, pleading for a most peculiar request. He beseeches the Almighty to allow the spirits of the fallen Nephilim, the offspring of angels and mortal women, to roam the earth once more, to sow seeds of corruption and lead mankind astray from the path of righteousness. For in those ancient days, wickedness ran rampant among mortals, and Mastema saw an opportunity to exploit their frailties for his own ends. He sought to unleash the spirits of the Nephilim upon the world, knowing full well the chaos and destruction they would wreak upon humanity. But the divine judgment was not easily swayed. God, in his infinite wisdom, decreed that the demons, including Mastema, should be cast down into condemnation. Yet, in an act of mercy, a fraction of these malevolent beings were permitted to remain upon the earth, a tenth of their number, to test the souls of mortals and lead them toward either salvation or damnation. In the Zadokite fragments and the Dead Sea Scrolls, Mastema is portrayed in a darker light. He is the angel of disaster, the progenitor of all evil, and a cunning flatterer of the divine. In these texts, Mastema is depicted as a fallen angel, cast out from the heavenly realms due to his rebellion against God. The name Mastema itself holds great significance, for it is derived from the Hebrew word Mastema, meaning hatred, hostility, enmity, or persecution. Mastema embodies all these qualities and more, serving as a personification of the darker aspects of existence. Asmodeus is often depicted as a powerful demon, but his origins are shrouded in myth and legend. According to some interpretations, Asmodeus is indeed considered a fallen angel. Legend has it that he was once among the heavenly host, a celestial being of great power and majesty. But like many tales of fallen angels, Asmodeus succumbed to pride and rebellion, leading to his expulsion from the divine realms. Yet, the story of Asmodeus is far more complex than a simple fall from grace. In some traditions, he is believed to be one of the angels who rebelled against God, joining Lucifer in his ill-fated uprising. Others portray him as a demon who emerged from the depths of the underworld, a malevolent force seeking to tempt and corrupt humanity. One of the most famous tales involving Asmodeus comes from the apocryphal book of Tobit, found in some versions of the Bible. In this story, Asmodeus is said to have plagued the young woman Sarah, causing the death of 7 of her husbands on their wedding nights. But through the intervention of the archangel Raphael, Asmodeus is ultimately defeated and driven away, allowing Sarah to find happiness with Tobit's son, Tobias. In the annals of demonology, Asmodeus is known as one of the princes of hell, a title bestowed upon the most powerful and malevolent of fallen angels. He is the embodiment of lust and temptation, a seducer of souls who delights in leading mortals astray with promises of pleasure and power. Once upon a time, in the celestial realms where angels dwelled and the cosmos danced to the symphony of creation, there was a being named Astaroth. In the annals of Judaic lore, Astaroth was no ordinary angel. He was a high-ranking seraphim, or even a prince of thrones, adorned with splendor and grace beyond mortal comprehension. Before his fall from grace, Astaroth resided in paradise, among the highest echelons of celestial hierarchy. As a member of the thrones, he bore the weight of God's throne itself, a position of immense honor and responsibility. His presence radiated with divine light, and his voice echoed with the melodies of heaven. But alas, the allure of rebellion beckoned, and Astaroth found himself drawn to Lucifer's cause during the cataclysmic war in heaven. Alongside the morning star and his legions of rebel angels, Astaroth cast aside his celestial mantle and embraced the darkness that lurked within his heart. As pandemonium echoed with the defiant cries of the fallen, Astaroth stood among them, declaring himself an eternal enemy of God. With his descent into the abyss, Astaroth's celestial glory was extinguished, and he emerged as a Grand Duke of Hell, a treasurer of damnation, commanding legions of demons with his infernal might. In the fiery depths of the underworld, Astaroth's name became synonymous with terror and despair. He ruled over his domain with an iron fist, his presence instilling fear in the hearts of mortals and demons alike. In later Kabbalistic texts, Astaroth's name found a place among the archdemons associated with the Qliphoth, the dark counterpart to the Sephiroth. Yet, despite his fall from grace, whispers of Astaroth's former glory lingered in the shadows, a testament to the splendor he once possessed. In the annals of angelic lore, few figures evoke as much intrigue and dread as Beelzebub, the fallen angel who once stood among the highest ranks of heaven before succumbing to the allure of rebellion alongside Lucifer, the morning star. But who is Beelzebub, and what role does he play in the cosmic drama of good versus evil? In ancient Semitic mythology, Beelzebub was originally worshipped as a god of fertility and agriculture, revered by the Canaanites as the bringer of abundance and prosperity. His name, which translates to Lord of the Flies, likely derived from the association of flies with decay and death, symbolizing his power over the cycles of life and renewal. However, as the centuries passed and cultures mingled, Beelzebub's image underwent a dramatic transformation, evolving from a benevolent deity to a sinister figure associated with darkness and malevolence. In many traditions, Beelzebub is depicted as the chief lieutenant of Lucifer, the dark prince of fallen angels. Their alliance in rebellion against divine authority serves as a chilling reminder of the consequences of defiance and pride. But Beelzebub's significance extends beyond mere servitude to Lucifer. Some interpretations paint him as a central figure in an unholy trinity, alongside Lucifer and Astaroth, with Beelzebub occupying the second highest position among the fallen. In the realms of demonology, Beelzebub is known as one of the 7 deadly demons or princes of hell, a sinister hierarchy that embodies the darkest aspects of human vice. Among these deadly sins, Beelzebub represents gluttony and envy, embodying the insatiable appetite for excess and the corrosive desire for that which others possess, leading humanity astray with his cunning and deceit. Yet, despite his ominous reputation, Beelzebub remains a figure of fascination and intrigue in the annals of mythology. His name evokes images of darkness and decay, of buzzing flies and whispered temptations. Once upon a time, in the celestial realm where angels soared and mortals dreamed, there was a figure of great power and forbidden desire named Samyaza. In the ancient texts of Christian mythology, Samyaza is known as one of the leaders of the Grigori, a group of angels who defied the will of God and descended to earth. Samyaza's tale is one of rebellion and temptation, a cautionary reminder of the dangers of hubris and forbidden desire. According to the Book of Enoch, Samyaza was the leader of the Watchers, a band of angels who gazed upon mortal women with lustful eyes and took them as their wives. Consumed by their desires, Samyaza and his followers mated with humanity, defying the divine order and bringing forbidden knowledge to mortals. They taught humanity the secrets of the heavens and the earth, sharing with them the mysteries of the cosmos and the arts of war and magic. But their actions did not go unnoticed by the heavens above. The wrath of God was swift and fierce, casting Samyaza and his fellow Watchers out of paradise and into the depths of darkness. They became fallen angels, condemned to wander the earth as outcasts, their wings stripped away and their glory tarnished. Yet, even in their fallen state, Samyaza and his followers continued to exert their influence over humanity. According to the Zohar, Samyaza had an affair with one of the daughters of Eve, and from this union, 2 sons were born, named Hiwa and Haya. Unsurprisingly, heaven was alerted and shocked by such debaucherously heinous acts. The archangels Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel observed this lawless and unrighteous behavior taking place and decide that they must act. Their father informed them that the only way to ensure the full and total destruction of humanity is to destroy everything else and begin anew. Uriel is sent to warn Noah of the oncoming flood. Raphael was sent to punish Azazel by binding and casting him into Dudiel. Gabriel was dispatched to destroy the half-breeds as well as the children of men born from sin. He does this by inciting a great battle between the two. And lastly, Michael binds the leader of the Watchers, Samyaza, alongside all the other Watchers who defiled themselves in unions with Watchers, damning them for the remainder of their long lives. In the celestial realms where angels danced upon the stars and the very essence of creation sang in harmony, there existed a being of unparalleled beauty and wisdom, Lucifer, the morning star. Lucifer was unlike any other angel, his radiance and splendor rivaling that of the sun itself. His wisdom was said to be perfect, his beauty indescribable. He was worshipped by ancient peoples as the Son of God, the Prince of Peace, and the God of light and divinity. Such was his glory that God, in his infinite wisdom, bestowed upon Lucifer a throne of his own upon a high mountain, surrounded by precious stones and flaming stones. Lucifer was an archangel, a being of immense power and authority, yet he was also called an anointed cherubim, placed in the garden of God to enlighten human souls and bring the glory of Jehovah to all. But alas, pride took root in Lucifer's heart, and he rebelled against his father, refusing to bow down to Adam and Eve, whom he deemed unworthy of worship. His hubris led to his downfall, and Lucifer, the once glorious archangel, fell from grace, cast out of heaven and severed from his connection with God. As he plummeted from the heavens to the earth below, Lucifer's form twisted and contorted, his angelic visage transforming into a grotesque humanoid being with long ram horns, horse hooves, and dragon wings upon his back. He became the embodiment of all he despised, a fallen angel destined to roam the earth as a pariah. But even in his fallen state, Lucifer retained his immense power, a nigh omnipotent force that rivaled even the mightiest of celestial beings. With a mere snap of his fingers, he could disintegrate cherubim soldiers and challenge the very gods themselves. In his quest for vengeance against his father, Lucifer sought to gather his fallen brethren and sisters, marshaling them into an army to wage war against God once more. With his power and cunning, Lucifer became a formidable adversary, capable of rivaling even the most ancient primordial gods and cosmic entities. Yet, amidst the chaos and destruction wrought by his rebellion, the tragic tale of Lucifer serves as a reminder of the dangers of pride and ambition. For even the brightest star can be dimmed by the shadows of its own ego, and even the most powerful of beings can be brought low by the weight of their own sins. Once, in the celestial expanse where angels soared and divine beings held court, there existed a figure shrouded in darkness and despair, Abaddon. Born from the dawn of time alongside the celestial choir, Abaddon was granted a fateful role by the Almighty himself, the role of destroyer. Abaddon was not always the ruler of the abyss, nor the harbinger of doom. Once, he was a faithful servant of the Almighty, created alongside the celestial hosts near the dawn of time. But his role as the destroyer weighed heavily upon him, for he was tasked with annihilating that which God deemed unworthy. As the ages passed, Abaddon grew disillusioned with his divine duty. He saw himself as a mere pawn in God's cosmic game, summoned only to bring destruction upon creation in the name of God. This perception of God as a tyrant fueled Abaddon's resentment, driving him to question his purpose and rebel against his creator. During the cataclysmic war in heaven, Abaddon sided with Lucifer and his rebel angels, believing that they offered freedom from the shackles of divine decree. Together, they waged war against the forces of heaven, seeking to overthrow the Almighty and seize control of creation for themselves. But in some myths and legends, Abaddon is a cherub fell into the damned, resulting in Abaddon becoming the archdemon that rules over the abyss. He was known as the angel that personally banished the rebel angels under Lucifer after the war in heaven. The name Abaddon itself carries weighty significance, for it means destruction or doom in Hebrew and destroyer in Greek. In the Book of Revelation, Abaddon is depicted as the king of an army of locusts, a harbinger of doom and destruction during the end times. His name, meaning place of destruction, strikes fear into the hearts of mortals, signaling the coming judgment of God upon the earth. As a destroyer, Abaddon is among the most feared of supernatural beings, including those of heaven or hell along with all corporeal entities, fearing his very name alone. Even a demon as powerful as Satan openly admitted that he wishes to avoid a confrontation with Abaddon, implying that Abaddon may perhaps be even more dangerous than the king of hell himself. But what about the king of gods? Or maybe the king of titans? Are they even strong enough? Fortunately, my video about the most powerful kings in mythology is already up. Click the video on the right to watch it. And for more captivating mythology content, check out the video to your right. If you found this video enjoyable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future uploads.